he'll be back in here. And our goaltenders are Brian and Jake. We believe in them. They have us right now, I think, second in the NHL in goals against average. We're looking for someone that can give us the support needed where every point matters in the NHL. This is an indication to our players that we believe that as management, that every point matters.
Big news coming out of Blues camp. Andy Strickland, we'll talk about it here in just a second. But normally we check in with Kat Neville. She, of course, on assignment. However, her segment is always sponsored by our friends at Jimmy's on the Park, 716 to Munn in Clayton, 725-8585. Their website is jimmyscafe.com. They started sponsoring this segment during their 13th anniversary season. They are now celebrating their 20th anniversary at Jimmy's on the Park.
20
Great
years.
spot, by
Yeah,
the way.
20 years.
Great spot.
Great spot,
great.
and it is a testament to everybody that they are still going strong after 20 years. It's one of those great places in town, and go look for your character, my character on the wall. Mine's way better than John Carney's character.
I need to check it out.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's in the back there. 3-course meal, $25 per person. Make your reservations now, 725-8585 or at jimmyscafe.com. Go in and say happy 20th anniversary to Jimmy Cristo. All right. Andy Strickland, who's your guest today on Hockey Sense?
Well, actually, because of Mizzou basketball.
Yes.
I
mean now. Who's your guest?
Oh, this is my. Are we doing Hockey Sense right now?
Well, I want to introduce
This
you
is
your
Chloe,
guest.
Chloe Jade Strickland.
Hi, Chloe. How are you?
Say hi.
Hi, Chloe.
Yo,
Chloe's kind of like a regular, too. This is her second
She's
appearance.
becoming a regular. But,
How old are you, Chloe?
Oh, yeah.
3?
We can't see.
We
She
can't
said
see
it
that.
earlier.
Here, 3 fingers.
When are you going to be 4?
When is your birthday,
your
Chloe?
January.
It's coming up.
That's coming up. January what? Oh. Is that Aquarius or Pisces? What is that?
Oh, we don't know, huh? Just go with.
like she knows what her
When
sign
in
is.
doubt, go with Leo.
Okay.
Right?
All right. So no Hockey Sense tonight. What's going on?
No. We're doing it Sunday.
Sunday, right? Yeah, because we're in this weird
Yeah, we
preseason
are.
basketball
This is
stuff.
kind of like a weird situation here. Third week in a row we've been doing Sunday mornings, but
Right.
I like doing this. I don't mind doing the Sunday mornings.
I was listening to you and Mr.
Mayers,
Jamal Mayers on Sunday. It was really fun. It was really interesting.
You enjoyed it?
Yeah, I did.
Well,
actually.
good. I appreciate that. You know,
Just
I
touring
heard
around town.
from a few other people who work at the station too. It's good to know people who work at the station listen to the station. You know, that's very important.
Yes. And then, of course, you always get the listener. They're like, "Did you hear this?" And you're like, "No, I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
I heard it on your station." It's like, but I can't listen 24 hours a day.
Exactly.
All right, so this Sunday, Hockey Sense, talk more hockey. Let's talk about Martin. Is it Martin Brodeur or Martin Brodeur?
Well, I want to hear a little French Canadian accent from you. So like Martin Brodeur.
When he first got into the league, was it Martin Brodeur?
When he first got in the league, I was in like 7th or 8th
he
grade.
was Chloe's age.
But listen, here's a guy, one of only, I think, 2 players in the entire league who actually played a game at the old St. Louis Arena.
Oh,
wow.
I mean, that's how far back he goes.
Way back in the day.
And he remembered the game, man. These guys are unbelievable in terms of the memory they have.
Yeah.
He allowed 6 goals, a couple goals scored by Jeff Brown, and he said Brett Hall got him too. And a great pass from Craig Janney. So, I mean, he's telling me the whole play-by-play.
He remembers this game from 15 years ago, 16 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow. So has he always been with the Devils?
Yeah, his entire career.
His entire career. And then he retired last year?
No, hasn't retired, but they didn't bring him back. You know, I mean, listen, it's a strange situation for him. He's one of the greatest goaltenders in the history of the game. I think in his mind, he's always viewed himself as a #1 goaltender. But, you know, at some point with an organization, you got to turn the page.
Right.
They brought in a guy, Corey Schneider, who was in Vancouver for a few years, and now he's the #1 guy. They're playing virtually every single game in New Jersey. And they gave him a long-term contract, and for the best of the organization, they had to move forward with Schneider and cut the cord with Martin Brodeur. But when he's done playing, he's going to be a part of that organization for a long, long time.
But here's a question, though.
Yeah.
Even though he's 42 and he still has it, is it because, I mean, for obvious reasons, because of his age? I mean, they can't say that.
Well,
but
it's a big part of it. I think some general managers are a little concerned. If you bring him in, is he going to want to be the #1?
Right.
How often is he going to want to play? And again, there is that concern. Listen, he is 42 years of age. Here's the situation with the St. Louis Blues. You know, they don't own their American League affiliate. So they have the Chicago Wolves, that's their American League affiliate. And the Blues are only allowed one goaltender down there. Chicago owns the other goaltender. And the one goaltender the Blues own down there is a prospect who's played 9 minor league games at the American League level. 9. So he's not ready to play in the National Hockey League. They didn't want to expose him in the NHL. And, you know,
what do you mean they're only allowed one goalie down there? Because they split the team with someone?
Yeah, you know, the Blues get a certain number of roster spots, and Chicago Wolves, you know, they get a certain number of roster spots as well. So it just so happens that the best goaltender available on the street just so happens to be one of the best goaltenders in the history of the National Hockey League. So the Blues were looking for a Band-Aid to get through this injury with Brian Elliott, who's considered week to week. It's been over a week now, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's ready to go in the next couple of weeks. Now, this lets him, you know, the Blues give a little more time, make sure he's 100% when he comes back, and they don't have to rush Brian Elliott. Because, listen, last year, the Blues, if they just would have had one more point, they wouldn't have faced the Chicago Blackhawks in the first round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Every point is important in the Western Conference.
So Martin Brodeur will only play a couple weeks?
Well, that's what they're saying right now. Now, anything is possible.
Right.
And the only way to know how this is going to play out is if you have a crystal ball, because it's going to be based off of performance.
Right.
If he plays incredible hockey,
right,
you could make the argument that it's going to be difficult for the Blues to just say bye-bye to one of the greatest goaltenders of all time if they feel like he still has something in him.
Right.
You know, this guy was in the Stanley Cup Finals just 2 years ago. He's got 688 career wins. There's a buzz around the team right now.
No question.
People are excited. You know, people want to buy tickets to go down and watch this guy play. That's why it's going to be interesting to see where this plays out. You almost feel bad a little bit for a guy like Brian Elliott, but again, he signed a 3-year contract. He's, 28, 29 years of age? We're talking 28, 29 versus a guy who's 42 years old. I think it's kind of easy to figure out how this is going to play out. But
well,
again,
except
crazy things can happen.
Except, let's say Martin Brodeur comes out and is hot, right?
Yeah.
And he's standing on his head. They like this. That's a big hockey term.
Yeah. Stand on his head.
Yeah, it means he's like keeps everything out of the goal, and he's doing everything he can.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Kelly doesn't like that. I don't think.
So, but okay. So then Elliott comes back.
Yeah.
And then, so you make the decision to go with Brodeur, and then all of a sudden, Father Time kicks in.
Yeah.
He gets a little, he gets a little older. He's a little more, he hasn't played in a while, so he's a little fresh. They could be opening themselves up to a major problem.
Well,
here.
it could be, but I guess it's a good problem to have because they're going to have an asset either way, right? They're not going to carry 3 goaltenders, so which means somebody is likely to get moved, and you hope you can get some value in return. Whoever they choose to move. But as it sits right now, we can't get too far ahead of themselves. This is Brian Elliott's job. I don't see him losing it because of injury.
Right.
And, Martin Brodeur, at the end of the day, he is 42 years of age. He hasn't played since last season, wasn't in a training camp. I know he's been skating on his own back home in New Jersey with a couple of injured players in the National Hockey League, but I don't see him just showing up and rolling off 3 or 4 straight shutouts either.
Now, is 700 wins some special number, like 500 home runs?
Oh, well, nobody's done it in the history of the game.
Okay, so that's a good reason.
He is the all-time leader in wins in the history of the National Hockey League at 688. To get to 700 would be remarkable. I just really like the way I couldn't be more impressed, to be honest with you, with a guy like Brodeur, how he's handled himself since he got here, though.
Right.
And just how he's taken on the attention and how he handles himself around his teammates, man. I mean, here's a guy who has never been through this before. He's played his entire career with one team. And to walk in the door knowing that it's going to create a ton of headlines, I just think he kind of handles himself like a cool customer. He's like Joe Montana.
Yeah.
It sounds like a sports movie in the making to me.
Oh,
well,
you think so?
How about him remembering his game from the arena?
Yeah, it's crazy. From the St. Louis arena. He remembers that from back in 1991.
Well, it's not like he's 80 years old.
Do you remember a newscast from 1981?
One of my first, yeah.
1991?
I'm not, yeah, well, no.
But you talk to these guys like a Bob Gibson or something.
Yeah.
And he says, "Oh, I remember it was a sunny day and I was pitching to Willie McCovey and I had him 0-2 and I threw a curveball and it was in the dirt and the guy ran."
These guys have incredible memories. I was talking to Peter Stastny recently, the father of Paul Stastny, who's a Hall of Famer, and he's got an incredible story. I mean, this guy, how he defected from the old Czechoslovakia to come over, he and his 2 brothers. It's one of the more incredible stories in the history of sports, not just in hockey, but what they had to go through to get over to North America and how they escaped the old rule over there in the old Czechoslovakia. He remembers everything. These guys have incredible memories. Probably what makes them so special.
Yeah. All right, Andy Strickland, the host of Hockey Sense on KTRS Sunday morning. What time?
This Sunday, 11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
Me and Jamal Maris.
And then Fox Sports Midwest, you're the board reporter.
Fox Sports Midwest.
Yeah.
KTRS.
KTRS.
Yeah.
And Chloe, what are you going to do the rest of the day?
Chloe, what are we doing? We going to school?
School? You're only 3. You don't go to school.
Yes, I do.
Where do you go to school? Where do you go to school?
Tablet nursery.
Oh, isn't that it? Now, what's your sister doing?
Is she sleeping?
What's she doing?
Do you like your sister? What's your sister's name?
Ivy.
Ivy? Ivy. Wasn't that one of the criminals in Batman?
Oh, gosh.
Listen to
Really?
that.
Are you a good big sister?
What do you want for Christmas?
A yo-yo.
A yo-yo?
No.
Oh,
That's
I bet you we
refreshing.
You could probably get a yo-yo. What about like a Frozen doll or something? No?
You like Frozen?
You like Frozen?
Yeah.
Do you want a Woody doll? Or a Buzz Lightyear doll?
I want it on a dress.
An Anna dress?
Oh.
All right, what else you want?
It's on a dresser.
Oh, sorry. I missed that. All
And
right.
a dresser.
A dress
up.
A dress
Oh,
up.
dress
A
up.
dress up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What color yo-yo you want?
Purple.
A purple one.
A purple one. Duncan,
Yeah.
can you walk the dog?
On that. It hurts.
Oh, sorry.
Is Chloe, are you done?
Anything else you want?
Where does the winning never stop, Chloe? Can you say KTRS?
I want a mini pink doll.
A pink doll? Anything else? Because Santa's listening right now.
Yeah, you better tell him no. Anything else?
Yeah.
What else?
I want a frozen top.
You want a frozen top.
And world peace.
And world peace?
What's that?
That's what we're all asking. Andy Strickland and his
Happy holidays.
daughter, Chloe. Say happy holidays, everybody. Say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
Say Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Interesting. All right, that's
Takes after her mother there.
she actually sounds a lot like John Carney. Andy Strickland, Hockey Sense, Sunday mornings this week with Jamal Maris. Andy,